Hello Aces and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. So today I'm going to show you how to build the Douglas DC-2. So I've already done the DC-1, which was Douglas's first commercial aircraft. So the DC-2 was an improved version of the DC-1. It had more powerful engines, it was slightly larger, and it also had more of a comfortable interior, and it was also one of the first ones that actually saw service. The DC-1 was more built as a prototype plane. Meanwhile, this one actually got to see some service with airlines, such as TWA. It also saw service in the Finnish Air Force as well. So if you want to build a Finnish one, you could just there's pictures of it on the internet that you could do. Now this is not the you can't really make this a C-47 because the C-47 was a DC-3, which will be my next airplane I'll be making for the Douglas commercial line. So, but the DC-2 is very very similar to it. But when we get into the DC-3, I will talk about it a lot more. But so basically, this was an improved version of the DC-1, but a kind of lesser version than the DC-3. Like the DC-3 was a more improved DC-2. So, but we'll get into that after. So, anyways, so this is a fairly big plane, and it is broken down into several layers. So this will take a little bit of time to construct, as you can see with all the layers here. And in case you are wondering, yes, this plane does have a full interior, as you can see by some of the layers here. It does have a full interior. However, I'm not entirely finished it yet. I might do some changes to it, but of course you guys could do your own interiors. But that is basically all of the layers. So now we will get into the main materials and the dimensions. Okay, so for the dimensions of the plane, it is a 2:1 scale. It is 38 meters long, and that's from the nose to the tail there. It is 57 meters wide, so that's from wingtip to wingtip, and it is 14 meters high. Now, obviously, in real life, this plane would be a tail dragger. However, in Minecraft, that is extremely hard to do unless the plane looks like almost like a step pattern kind of thing. But I just made it look like it's in a takeoff position, because this is what it would be like when the propellers are like spinning and the plane's about to lift off into the air. It would be raised up like that. So it's kind of the easiest way to build it in Minecraft. If you're having this thing in the air, obviously it wouldn't really matter too much, and you just have the wheels off. But I will show you how to make a version in the air, because some of the wheels do stick out of the bottom. So in terms of materials, you're going to need black wool, white wool, nether brick stair, block of iron, cobblestone stair. You don't need a sign. Stone slab, glass, quartz slab, quartz stair, nether brick slab, spruce door, wooden trapdoor, iron bars, and white carpet. And you will also be needing a lever as well. So we can replace the sign. You don't need that. So anyways, that's all the materials for it. And as I do say in my other tutorials, if there's any other materials that I'm forgetting, I will mention them later. But I'm pretty sure that's... Oh, you will also be needing yellow wool. Yeah, so there we go. So you'll need yellow wool. That's it. So these are all the materials you'll need for the aircraft to build this thing. Now, this is not including any interior pieces, because the interior I'm going to show you at the end of the tutorial. I know you've seen it a little bit there, but at the end of the tutorial, I will be having a little interior tour, and I'll show you what I've done on it. And you guys can obviously you can either copy mine, or you can make your own interiors. So it's up to you what you want to do. So anyways, we are going to go over here, and we will start the build. Okay, so to start on the plane, you are going to grab your glass, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then basically on the 5th block, you're going to have your white wool here. You can delete that. Now, if you're having this thing in the air, you may want to build it up to the height you want it at, so you can get your block ready. So then, counting this block, you're going to count 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I will be double checking this to make sure I got it right. So then what you're going to do is you are going to place one block here, and this is going to go all the way to the end until it's one block short. just like that. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then you're going to come to the back of the plane, and you're just going to have your slabs into these parts. Then you're going to count 4. You're going to count back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to put a slab here. This is going to go all the way down until it's 1 block short right here. And there is there are some slabs also on the front part too. So we're going to go to the back again. So count in 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you're going to have a slab here, and then this slab's going to go all the way down until it's 1 block short, just like that. So there you go. So there's the first layer. So now the second layer, we will be putting on the wings, and yeah. So basically, what's next is the wings. I also realized that I don't have a slab on that layer right there. But yeah, so yeah, next we'll be putting in the wings. And now, in terms of the engines, we probably could do this as well. I'll probably actually do this as well. This is actually the mid part of the engine. Or no, this is the bottom part of the engine. So yeah, this will be put in. We'll put that in next. And then we'll put the landing gear in, the intakes. We'll basically do all underneath the aircraft. So then that's all finished, and then we could just build up, basically. So that's what we're going to do next. So I'm going to double count to make sure I have 27 blocks, make sure it's all right, and then I'll let you guys know, and then we can do the wings. Okay, so for the wings, you're going to come to the front of the plane, and you're going to count from this slab, you're going to count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then on the 7th block, you're going to place 1 slab here of your stone, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to put 1 here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's basically the very start of the wings. Now I should mention for the wings that there is 2 sections to them. There's a lower part, which is the part we're doing right now. And then there's an upper part of the wing. So, but right now we're doing just the lower part. So basically this part. So I'm gonna be doing this wing first, going this way. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna have a block here. Now I did forget to mention at the beginning, you will also need a cobblestone wall, which I actually do already have. So yeah, you will be needing a cobblestone wall. You also need a mossy cobblestone wall as well. So you're gonna put a block, cobblestone wall block here, and then you're going to grab. I just check over there, your nether brick slab, and it's going to be on the, I believe it's on the higher part of it. Yes, it is. It's right at the top. And then you're going to go 1, and it's going to come back by 1. No, it's going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have a 5 here. And then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you grab your stone slabs. You have 1, 1, and then 1, 2, and 3 like that. And then you're just going to join this all the way back. And it should connect right in with the slab here. There you go. Just like that. Now, we're going to do the engines in a minute. I just want to get both of the wings done and laid out. And then we're going to do the bottom part of the engines. So you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to have a block, cobblestone wall, and then a block. And then with your nether brick slab, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to have a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to have a stone slab here and a stone slab there. You're going to make this 3. And then counting on this 3, you're just going to drag this all the way back until it hits in with this stone slab here. So there we go. So now what we're going to do now, so don't fill this in just yet. First of all, I want to make sure that it's correct. And the other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to build the bottom part of the engine. So once we build that, then you can fill all this in. So we're going to go do that right now. Okay, so I do have the wings right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to build the bottom part of the engines. So grab your white wool block and you're going to go 1, 2, 3. You're going to add actually 3 up to here. Then you're going to have 1 back and then 1, 2, 3 like that. So you should have 2 slabs left over. And then you are going to put 1 in the middle. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then right here you're going to place an upside down stairs and upside down stairs here. And then you're just going to place 2 blocks in just like that. So that will create the bottom part of the engine on that side. Now we're going to do the other side. So you're going to go 1, you're going to add 3 more to this 1 block. 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to be a 1 inside like that. And then 1, 2, 3, just like this. And then from the middle, 1, 2, 3. You're going to place a quartz stair, 2 of them on the front like this, and then you're just going to place 2 blocks to fill it in like that. So there you go. So there's kind of the basis to the engines, and just to make sure we did it correctly, there should be 2 slabs just like this. So if you want to take a picture of that in case you get mixed up or you got confused. So now what we're going to do is, well, now you can fill up this entire wing. Use your stone slabs, and they're going to look like this across the engine. So basically just fill up everything like this. And then what we're going to do next is we are going to build the landing gear, and pretty much we're going to build this kind of radiator intake here. I think it's a radiator, I believe. And then we're going to build the landing gear. Now, this back tire here comes much later. So, don't worry about this one. We're just going to be working on just the front main landing gear. So, that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so this is what your plane should look like once you have filled up the wings. So, you can see it's starting to really build up now. So, now, for the landing gear. So where you have this cobblestone wall, this is actually the landing gear piece. You're going to place 1 down here, and then you're going to place 3 blocks of black wool like this, and then you're going to go and make a cross pattern like this. And you'll also need to grab some nether brick stairs, which is I think another material I forgot to mention. And you're gonna put a white block right in the middle of that, and then you're just going to place some nether brick stairs along the edges to make the wheel look more rounded. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come out like this and join it right up into the middle like that. Now there is another piece that attaches. It's this part right here. Now to do that, you're just going to come right on this center one. You're going to go 1, 2, and then up by 1. So 1, 2, and then up by 1. In real life, this would be diagonal. Like it would be in a slant. I mean, you could do something probably like, well, can't really do it on this one, but it would be a slant and connect it and everything. So, but that's the first landing gear. So we'll build the other landing gear, and then we'll build the radiators or intakes on the bottom of the engines. So you do the same thing on the other side. Place 1 down, 1, 2, 3 of your black wool. You're going to make a cross shape, cut the middle out, put a white wool block here, put your stairs around that, make it look more rounded, and then you're going to come out with your cobblestone walls like this, and then you're going to connect it to the middle. And then you're going to go 1, 2, and then up 1, 1, 2, up 1 here. And there we go. So there is the 2 main wheels on the plane. So for this part right here, all you're going to do, it's pretty easy, is you're going to go 1 back from here. You're going to place a black wool right here. Now you're going to have to place a lever on the back of that and click it so it shows that little red light. I'll go on the other side so you can see it better. So like it should be on, because then you can place your trapdoor like this. You're going to have a slab underneath that, and then you're just going to have your quartz stairs just like this. So there you go. That's how it should look. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. You're going to place a black wool here and a lever on the back. Make sure it's on. and then you're going to place a trapdoor, iron trapdoor like this. And then you're going to place a quartz slab on the bottom of that, and 2 quartz stairs on each side, or 1 quartz stair on each side like that. So there we go. So there's the bottom of the plane done, and there is one more little piece which we could put on. It's this little iron bar piece, just to finish it. This I would normally put in the final detail section, but I'll put it in now so we can get it done and over with. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come right where this block is, go back by 1, and then you're gonna go 2 down. What you can also do as well is you can make it go off to the side like that. You can either do like this or like this, doesn't really matter. So it's just a little antenna, that's all that is. Okay, so that basically finishes that layer. So pretty much now what we're going to do is we're going to build up the fuselage, and we can put the top piece of the wing, and we can also finish the engines out. Now I'm going to put the propellers in at the very end, but I'm going to build the rest. We're going to build the rest of the engine as well, but we're going to build up the fuselage first, the next layer. And actually I'll go to the next layer that we're on. So we've just finished this one. Well, we finished that one, and then we just finished this layer here. Well, actually, and then so the landing gear was actually more part of this layer, but that was kind of like the first part of it. The second part will be this row right here, so you can kind of see the fuselage building up a little bit. So that will be what we're going to put in now. Okay, so for the next layer, you're going to come to the front, and you're going to place 1 block coming out like this, and then you're going to have a 2 here, and then you're going to this is going to be the long stretch. So this is going to stretch all the way down until it's 3 past the slabs. So when you get to here, 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're just going to have a 1 at the back. So do the same thing on the other side. You're going to go 1, 2, and then this is going to drag all the way back, and then 1, 2, 3 over, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in terms of slabs, if I just look really quickly, yeah, there's basically just slabs in here, here, on the back, there, and right there. And then on the front is going to be the same thing. Just make sure. Yep. The next layer is the very tip of the nose. So, so yeah, so this is where you can put your floor in as well. Now, if I just quickly go to mine, I'll show you what I did with my flooring. If I just go to this one here, because this is where we're at right now. So this should not be, I don't know why there's a terracotta block there. But I just basically placed a black strip right here, and gray wool, and then just filled the rest in with white. Now, if you want to know, because this is the passenger cabin space, if you want to know exactly where to put this, you go to the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on the 8th block is going to be your black wool, and you can put gray wool here, and then it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 long. So once you hit 17, and then you just fill in the rest of it with your white wool. I'm not going to show you that. I think explaining it like this is good enough. And here's a little aerial view in case you want to pause it and so you can get it ready. But obviously you can fill up the floor with whatever you want because it's your plane. So you can, if you want to do a specific airline or do like a red, like, you know, red carpet interior or whatever, you can do that. So that's just what I did on mine, but yours could be different. So, but fill up the floor with whatever you want. I'm probably going to do the floor later. Like, I'm probably just going to... Well, this one I'm not going to be doing an interior for, so I'll probably just ignore doing the floor, and we'll just continue building the plane. When I show you the interior, I'll be showing you the interior on this one. You'll be able to see exactly what I've done on it. So anyways, now we're going to get up to the next layer, which is actually putting in the passenger windows. Or no, it's not. We're at... this layer here, so we're gonna continue building it up a little bit, but we are gonna put the top piece on the wings, and we're gonna build the rest of the engines, I should say. So that's what we're gonna do now. Okay, so to build the engines, that's what we're actually going to build first before we put in the upper part of the wing, because it'll be much easier to do it. So what you're going to do is you're going to double this up, leaving the middle blocks out, and you will be needing a block of iron as well. You're going to put some block of iron in here. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to come out by 2. And then you're just going to have a cobblestone stair on the end here. Now, like I said earlier, we're going to put the propeller in at the end. So what you're going to do now is you're going to grab your block here, and this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to have a quartz stair, and then a quartz slab like this. And then you're just going to put your 2 stairs here, and then this is going to wrap around until it reaches the front like this. So this is how it should look right here. So we'll do the same thing on the other side, and then we're going to get the some of the engine details on, like the exhaust pipes that you see coming out of that, and then we'll put in the upper wing, and then the wings will be fully finished and everything, and engines and all that stuff. So you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to double it up. And then right here, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. And then you're going to place a cobblestone stair right here. And then on the top here, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to place a stair here, and then a slab on there. And then you're just going to put 2 stairs across from each other like that. And then you're just going to wrap them around to the front. Just like that. So that is how your engine should look. And then you're going to grab some cobblestone wall. Actually, you're going to grab your mossy cobblestone wall. This is where that's going to come in. You're going to delete this block right here. So leaving 1 block, you're going to put a block in here. And then you're going to make a backwards L shape. Like that. And you're going to do the same thing. I believe I did it on the other side as well. Yes. However, I think the exhaust pipes on these planes were actually only on one side, and I believe they were on the inside part of the engine here. So I'm actually going to remove this like that. So we just built it on the outside. So I'm actually going to, it's right here. I'm going to change this up a little bit, and oh no, we had it right. It was built on the inside. We put it in the right place. So yeah, then you're just going to do the same thing for this side. You're going to delete, you're going to leave 1, delete this one. And then you're going to make a backwards, well, this one's going to be an actual L shape, but the other one's a backwards L because it's the opposite side. So there we go. So there's your exhaust pipes. I mean, if you really wanted to, you also could just place, you know, exhaust pipes in like this as well if you want to. But the real plane, because I've actually recently built a model of the of a DC-3, and because the DC-2 is very similar to it, it only has the exhaust pipe on one side. Actually, I'm gonna go double check that actually, and I'll come back and then I'll see if I'm right, and then we'll place the upper part of the wings. Okay, I was right. The exhaust pipes are only on the inside parts of the engines like this. So that's basically how it should look here. So basically, to do the the upper portion of the wings, it's actually very easy. You're basically going to double everything up. So right here, you're going to put some nether brick slabs, and you're just going to make it go one slab overhang like this, and then, but you will have to make it look like a kind of like a square, and this also has to go in as well. But this is going to be a 1 overhang, and then this is also going to be a 1 overhang. And then this, and it will go like this. And I believe, yeah, it goes 1 block out, like that. And then this connects all the way to the fuselage of the plane. So just like that. And I'm kind of wondering about down here. It should just be like this. Yeah, okay, just like that. Then you're gonna, when you fill it up, just put a stone slab on top of that. So do the same thing on the other side. So you're basically just gonna double everything up. So you can have a 3 there, and then right here, you're basically just going to double this up here. And then you're going to double this up like that, and then you're just going to overhang one. You're gonna double it up and overhang by one. That's what you're gonna do. And then you're gonna place a stone slab here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then this one is going to drag all the way down until it hits into the fuselage. So there we go. So that is the wings. So now what you're going to do is fill all this in on both sides. So it should look more like this right here. And now we just gotta build the fuselage, because other than the propellers, the wings and engines are done. So the next time we build some wings will be these ailerons right here, which we'll be putting in when we get to it. But we're gonna build some of the passenger areas right now. So we're basically right here on the plane. So that's the next layer we're putting. So yeah, fill that in and let's go do it. Okay, so for the next part, now I was actually wrong before. I said last time we were up here, but we're actually down one more layer. So the next layer will be the windows. So what you're gonna do is, but this is gonna be where the tip of the nose is. So you're going to place one block here. So that's the very tip of the nose, and then you're going to have a 2 right here. And then this is going to go all the way down, right up until it's in line with this block right here, like the block we previously placed on that row of 4. And then you're going to go 1, 1, 2, and then you're going to have a 1 on the back. And then right here, you do the same thing. You're going to have a 2, and then this is going to come all the way down. Right up to here, and then you're just going to have a 2 like that. And then in terms of slabs, there's just going to be a slab here, here, and here. I don't think there's any slabs. Yes, there's actually slabs in these areas as well. But I don't think there's no slabs on the front on this one. No, because it starts to curve upwards after this. So no slabs on the front, but just put a couple slabs on the back. This is also the layer where we put in the tail wheel, which is really easy to find because it goes right on the one block that we just placed. I just need to re-grab some cobblestone wall. And it goes right here. But I'm going to be changing the design of the tail wheel a little bit. You're going to go down by 2, and you're going to go have a 1, and then you're going, actually no, just a 2, and then you're going to have a block right here. Oh, I'm throwing stuff all over the place. And then you're going to have your buttons on the side. Now, if you are having this plane up in the air, at the very end of the tutorial, I'm going to show you how to put the landing gear up, because there actually is still some stuff sticking out of the landing gear. Oh, and another thing, actually, this will be more in the final detail section that I'll add at the end. There is going to be gear doors that I'll be placing, so when the landing gear folds, it closes up and it leaves just the bottom exposed and stuff. I'll explain it all at the very end of the tutorial. But this back wheel does not retract. This is actually permanently fixed to the plane. So it's just those wheels that we'll be working on. So the back wheel does not retract at all. But there's your tail wheel. And so now we're at the part where we can put in the passenger windows. Okay, so for the next part, you are going to grab your quartz slab, and you're going to place one going back here. Then you're going to place a block here, and then you're going to make a T. So you're going to have a 3 like that. So you're going to make a T on the front, and then you're going to make a 5 going across like that. So a bit of a, you're going to add on to that T by adding an extra set of blocks in behind. And then you're just going to place your slabs in here. And then you're going to go all the way down until you actually touch where we put that slab on the last layer. Right here. So the slab right there. And then you're going to come in. And then you're going to come like this. And I believe actually the shape of it. Let me just go see this for a second. Okay, it just kind of folds in like that. So you actually don't delete the blocks. So it'll basically look like this and like this. Or more like Hold on, let me redo that section for a second. Like that, and then one out, like this. There you go. That's how it's supposed to look. And then just coming down here, you're going to drag this until it's right here, and then you're going to have a 1 like this, and then like that. So that's pretty much how it's supposed to look. And that is actually the very, very tip of the back of the plane. So now you can see how long your plane's going to be. So as you can see, it's a decent sized plane. So what you're going to do now, this is going to lay down. So you'll probably have your floor on yours. I don't have this floor on mine because I'm not going to be bothering doing the interior for this one. But what you're going to do, if you want to like organize for where your cockpit's going to go, your passenger cabin, and then the lavatory and everything at the back. So I'll just show you how to organize the interior. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to show you kind of the layout of how it's going to be. So from the front here, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And basically on the 5th one, you're going to have your walls here, just like that. And that's going to be for the cockpit. Now the cockpit will have to be up by 1, so your cockpit's going to be up here, while your passenger cabin is down here. Because the cockpit will be a little higher, if you can see where the windows are on the cockpit versus the fuselage. You can see that they are a little more up. So that will be your cockpit floor, and then your passenger floor, and then right here you can probably just add like another brick slab or a stair, whichever one you prefer, and you can get into your cockpit. So now what you're going to do for some wind, and this will also help lay down the windows. So on this plane, you have windows that go on this side, but this very last window, so this is 8 windows in total, but the other side has 7, and that is because there's a door replacing that 8th window. So if we come to the front of this, we'll do the right side of the plane first, because this is the one with all the windows. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, just like that. And then the other side, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then right here is where your door is going to go. And obviously you'll have your floor coming down like this, and then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then on this third one right here, this is where you're going to build your back wall. And then this pretty much actually gets pushed back one more, but this is basically where your lavatory will be, like right here. So you'll have your floor in here, whichever color you chose, and then you'll have your back walls here, so this will be the lavatory, and then pretty much here would be the cargo hold. So I'll be showing you the interior, the finished one when we're done building it. So, but yeah, so that's kind of the layout for the interior. So all you gotta do is just basically do it and furnish it and everything. So, but that's pretty much the passenger spaces. So now the next layer is actually going to be putting in the cockpit. So that means we're almost done. We just need one more full layer to do, and then we just need the roof of the plane, just the tail. Oh, we will also need these ailerons as well, which actually they are put in at this layer. So we'll do these first, and then we'll do the rest of it. So let's go do that. Okay, so for the ailerons, you're going to come right to the back here, and you're going to place a 1 slab right here. And this is going to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we'll just place it on the other side so we know exactly where it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So remember, it's like right at the back of this. So it should look like this from the back. So then you're going to have a 2. You're going to make this 2. Then you have another 2. And then you're going to have a 3, like that. So you're going to make this 2. And then you have a 2. And then a 3. And basically, the way it goes is you could just bring everything and make a little step pattern. You bring everything up, and then you should have a 2 on the very end. And if we just check this one, yep, we have a 2. So yeah, you're pretty much just, this part's really easy. You're just basically dragging it until it makes a step pattern, and you should have 2 right on the end. So there you go. So there's all the wings put in. So as you can see, this plane is coming very, very well. It's really coming together, and we're almost done. So now it's the cockpit, roof, and then just finish up with the rudder, and that's it. Oh, and then propellers, final details, and then we're done. Okay, so for the cockpit, now there's actually before we do it, there is a few other materials you will also be needing, and that is white carpet. So the cockpit is up to you what you want to do. I like to differentiate the cockpit from the passenger windows, so I use black stained glass for the cockpit, but you can also use your normal glass if you really wanted to. I'm going to use the black stained glass because that's what I did on this one. So what you're going to do is where you have this longer section, so you have your T right here. So where you have basically this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. And then 1, 2 on the sides, like that. Oop, like right there. And then right here, you're gonna have 1 here. This is gonna be 21 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18, 19, 20, 21. And I believe it's actually, is it a 2 or a 3 on the back? It's a 2, okay. So then you're going to go 21 again. But what you could just do for the other side is basically just line it up where you got the other one right here. And then you're going to come in 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right here, you're basically just going to fill in right up to here. And then on the very, very back, you're going to place a quartz slab. And then right here, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. So that kind of covers up the back of the plane. So I'm actually going to place the tail in first, because it'll be easier to place the tail in and then place the roof in on the plane. So we're gonna go do that, and then we'll put the roof on. It'll just make it a little easier. Okay, so for the rudder, you're gonna come to the back, which you should already be there, and you're gonna go up 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So basically, counting this block, you're gonna actually have a 5, and then you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, and then it's gonna come down 1, 2. You're basically gonna make I did not mean to do that. You're basically going to create a step pattern until you get to the very bottom, and then you're going to have a 2 right here. So then you can just fill this all in. And then right here, you're going to grab your quartz stairs, which I had gotten rid of them. And then you're going to place your quartz stairs going in down like this, and you're going to place 1 more here. So now for the roof of the plane, all you're just going to do is you're going to go 3 wide, and then you're just going to drag this all the way down to the front. Now you're not going to place it directly over the cockpit windows. It's actually going to come back by 1 like this, because that's where the carpets will come in, which basically just go around like that. And the carpets, I'll just get the ceiling filled in quickly. Oh, and also make sure to build your interior walls up as well. So build these up, and just fill up your ceiling. Like that. So in terms of the carpets, you can literally go down as far as you want. What I did was I put them over the glass, but then I just dragged them basically until they're 2 blocks short of the very end of this layer. So right about here is where I put them. But you can go all the way. You can put 1. You can even do 3 block spaces. Doesn't really matter. Carpets are extremely thin. So, but I just went 2 at the very back. I left 2 blocks exposed here, and then placed my carpets all on top. So there we go. So there we actually have the basically the aircraft done. The only other thing we just need left is the propellers, which we're going to put in those basically right now. And then we'll get into the final detailing section, and then I'm going to show you the interior of the plane. Okay, before we start that, I've actually noticed something on the wing of this plane. So where we have this 4, you're actually supposed to cut it. Because I was just looking at this one, I noticed the 3. So yeah, just go in the wingtips right here, and just cut them off like that. So yeah, I just noticed that now. So, but yeah, just fix that. It's very easy fix. So now we'll place in the propellers. Okay, so for the propellers, you're going to grab your black wool and yellow wool. And what you're going to do is you are just going to make this pattern here, like that. And then you're just going to place your yellow wool on top. So it's basically just a 2. Now, in real life, the DC2, along with the DC3, would have only had 3-bladed. But like I said in these other tutorials, 3-bladed propellers are extremely hard to do in Minecraft, so that's why it has a 4-bladed propeller. Now, if you think the propeller's too far out, here, let me do it on the other side for an example. You can always shrink it back in by 1 like this, and then you can just place your blocks going over here, and then you can have your yellow like that. So you can either do it like this, or you could do it like this. So it doesn't really matter which one you're going to do. I'm going to do it like this because this is what I did on mine. But obviously you can do that as an option in case you think it's too far. But obviously with this strategy too, it looks like it really hits in with the engine, the propeller. So I'm just going to refix it really quickly. The easiest way to do this pattern is just to basically put a 3-block across and then just cut the middle ones. And then place your blocks coming out like this. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And there we go. So there is basically what the finished plane looks like. So now we just need a couple little details, and then I'll show you the interior of it. Okay, so just on the top of the plane, there's one little detail. You can see that little stair sticking out of it. So you're going to leave 2-block gap, and then you're going to delete this and place in a stair right here. So this is just like some kind of little antenna or some kind of little thing I've noticed on top of the plane. And then you're going to come to the side here. Now if I go to this one, I just want to see how it is. You will need your trapdoors. This is actually a crew entrance. So this is where the pilot and co-pilot will enter. But obviously, well, you can enter through it. It's just very hard to. But actually, I think it work better here. But then, yeah. So if you want them open, you can place them like this. But it's gonna be kind of hard to place them like that. But anyways, the way they go is like you leave 1-block gap. So we'll just do it on this one. So you're going to leave 1-block gap, and you're going to place 1 trapdoor here and 1 trapdoor here. So then they can close like that. And then you're just going to delete the 2 blocks like this. And then you're going to have we'll have to delete 1 block on the interior, and you can place a slab. So this is basically the crew entrance where the pilot and co-pilot would enter through. So like when they would go into the plane. And in case also of an emergency as well. They have a way of getting out rather than having to walk from the cockpit to the very back of the plane. So but yeah, so that's basically it for final details. So now I will show you guys the full interior of the plane. Okay guys, I just noticed something. The back end right here, this piece is a bit I'm going to be fixing it up a little bit. So delete, so you're going to actually have 3 slabs, place a block here, and you're going to place another block on the other side, and then this basically just joins in like that. So there we go. So this finishes the roof, because I was looking at this one, and if you notice with this one, it connects right here. Okay, so for one last thing before we end this tutorial, I thought I would show you, because I said to you guys at the very beginning that I would show you how to build the plane if you wanted to build it up in the air of what it would look like. So I've done one side of it right here, so this is kind of how it should look. So we're going to do the same thing with this wheel. So the first thing we're going to do is completely remove it. Just completely remove your wheel. And also remove this too. And what you're going to do is you're going to leave one block here. So you're going to skip one. And then you're going to have a stair here and a stair right there. And then you're basically just going to rebuild what you have like that. So there's your cross pattern. And then you're just going to have your nether brick stairs like that. So pretty much do the same thing as you did, but build it inside of the plane. So your gear wheels will fit, and then you could just place a cover over that. Like you could just place a block here to cover it up. So that's basically what it will look like. This is what your plane should look like while it's up in the air. And yes, I am preparing the thumbnail right now, so like, well, when you watch this video, you'll see it obviously, but this is going to be the plane for the thumbnail and everything, but yeah, so I just wanted to show you, since I already have it up in the air, of what it's going to look like with the landing gear, with the wheels up. So in case you're building it in the air. So, but yeah, so that basically does that part. Okay, so for the interior, so we're gonna go inside the plane now. So we're gonna go to the aft portion of the plane first. So right here is the washroom. So this is just a little washroom. I have a toilet right here. So it's basically just a hopper and a trap door over it. You will need to press the shift key for sneaking. If you're building this on the Pocket Edition or the Xbox version or whatever, I'm not sure what your sneak button is, but you would press your sneak button and just don't place a block on top of that, but you would have to place your trapdoors on top of that. Then I got a sink with a tap here, and just a little flower just for decoration, because why not? So that's basically it. And then pretty much past this, like this area here, and actually if you wanted to, you probably could place trapdoors, at least one trapdoor here. Well, it would have to be on the outside part. Like you could place it like this. That's basically your cargo hold. So pretty much beyond here, this is where the luggage would be stored. We'll fill that back in. So this is what the main cabin of the plane looks like. So you can see all the seats in here. There's not that many seats. There's not that many seats. So, and as you can see, I got like this, like where the seats are, I got this like dark gray trim. And then the center aisle is basically some black carpeting. And then for the cockpit, so here are the doors here. This is the crew doors here, and you can't actually go out in and out of them. You would have to move them upwards if you wanted to do that. But that's what they're there for. Like they're just there. So this is what the cockpit looks like. So it's a pretty straightforward looking cockpit. I put jukeboxes here, levers on the top, and I put these should actually. I placed stairs here. These act as like the rudder pedals, and these are the actual control sticks, like the yokes that you would find in these planes. And you could also do it with like a different colored fence gates and stuff. And then I have a lever here. This does open and close them, but in real life this would be where the throttles would be for the engines. So, but yeah, so, and then pretty much here, this would most likely be like either a little storage area, or yeah, this would probably be like some kind of storage area, but I just filled it in right here. But what you could do is if I just grab some chests, you can place two chests up like this if you wanted to. So there you go. Oh, and also feel free to copy my interior if you really want to. At the very end, I will be posting a screenshot of the layout of the interior of the plane, so you can, if you wanted to copy mine, you can basically just look at everything I've done. So, and I also forgot to mention, here's the overhead bins. Now back then, they didn't actually have actual bins. Like this was a 1930s airplane, so they just had these, like, these actually would have been even nets actually. So instead of actually that, I could have probably used iron trap doors, and I can just I'll replace one section. So you can do something like this, like place your iron trapdoors going all the way down, because they would have been kind of like little nets or something going across, and you could just put your luggage up here and everything. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for the tutorial, and yeah, so that basically finishes the plane. Okay guys, that finishes this tutorial on the Douglas DC-2. So I hope you guys did enjoy this tutorial. If you did, please make sure to comment, like, subscribe to see more of these cool awesome builds. And if you have any build requests of what you would like to see next, please let me know down below in the comments. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Later.